It's possible that Pachacuti's mummified remains were once located in the cave underneath the Temple of the Sun that Bingham had originally believed was a burial chamber.
Imagine a place built high in the Andes with stonework so precise it defies logic, crafted without iron tools, wheels, or written language. Machu Picchu's secrets are not just about how it was built, but when, a timeline that might be far older than anyone admits. Archaeologists have long accepted its construction around 1450 AD, yet new geological evidence and hidden artifacts hint at a far deeper history, raising an unsettling question: what have we been missing beneath the surface for centuries? What if the true story challenges everything we think we know about this ancient wonder? The enigma of hidden artifacts. In 1912, just a year after Hiram Bingham's famous expedition, a trove of artifacts arrived back at Yale from Machu Picchu, totaling more than 46,000 pieces. But among the many crates and boxes, 3 stood apart. They were whisked away to a restricted section with no catalog numbers, simply labeled for further analysis. Access was limited, and details about their contents disappeared into archives and tight security. This secrecy raises a simple but powerful question. What was inside these crates that made them too sensitive or confusing to share? Peru struggled for decades to reclaim the artifacts, and while most were eventually returned in 2011, those 3 crates mysteriously remained behind, lost in transfer but not forgotten. Their fate is tightly bound to the larger mystery surrounding Machu Picchu's history. These items might hold clues that could alter everything we think we know, but the lack of transparency has only fueled speculation. Why has so little information emerged about these objects for over a century? Bingham himself mentioned something unusual in his personal journal from 1914. He found implements on the lowest terrace made of unknown material and had a metallurgist on standby for testing. Yet no follow-up was ever published, and the results vanished into archives that remain inaccessible. The metallurgist, Dr. Harold Wentworth, worked at Yale during that era, but his notes on the subject were locked away, with access denied as recently as 1987. What could be so controversial about his findings? This pattern of discovery followed by silence isn't isolated, it repeats across decades. In 1968, a construction crew near Cusco uncovered a sealed chamber beneath an Inca road filled with metal tools that did not match known Inca metallurgy. The chamber was sealed and never publicly investigated. More recently, in 2001, radar detected a void under the Temple of the Sun at Machu Picchu, but excavation permits were denied due to preservation concerns. There is a consistent sense that some discoveries simply aren't meant to be explored further. Even attempts to document anomalies have faced roadblocks. In 2009, a documentary crew captured magnetic disturbances near the Intihuatana stone, causing equipment to malfunction as compasses spun wildly. Footage never aired, and the results remain inconclusive. These obstructions create a pattern that suggests it's not just bureaucratic inefficiency, but deliberate hesitance to pry deeper. Could there be knowledge hidden beneath those barriers? None of this confirms what lies in those crates or sealed chambers, but the repeated denial of access hints at a story much bigger than a standard archaeological site. It invites a growing doubt. Are these artifacts and hidden spaces challenging the accepted history? If so, what might those revelations mean for our understanding of Machu Picchu and the people who inhabited it? This enigma serves as the doorway to uncovering truths yet unrevealed. The unanswered questions surrounding these artifacts set the stage for exploring how Machu Picchu was constructed. Machu Picchu's construction marvels. Machu Picchu sits nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, in rugged Andean terrain that would challenge even modern builders. Yet the Incas moved massive stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, up steep mountain slopes, without the use of wheels or iron tools. They cut these stones so precisely that a credit card cannot slip between their joints. This level of craftsmanship is remarkable on its own and remains difficult to replicate today without advanced machinery. Civil engineers and architects who have studied the site admit that duplicating such precision and scale with only copper chisels and ropes seems nearly impossible. The stones are aligned with astronomical events with startling accuracy. Millimeter precision, that suggests a deep understanding of both engineering and celestial cycles. Today's experts often say this would require cranes, computer modeling, and laser levels. The Incas achieved it all differently, a fact that continues to intrigue and puzzle scholars worldwide. What adds complexity is the absence of any written language or known technical blueprint from the Inca civilization. With only oral tradition and practical experience, they coordinated vast construction projects like Machu Picchu while working in extreme altitude and harsh conditions. This technical achievement alone challenges assumptions about the level of ancient knowledge and resourcefulness. It also invites us to consider if we fully understand all the factors involved in their methods. Despite the grandeur of the site, questions remain about its origins. Was Machu Picchu truly built from scratch by the Incas in a single period around 1450? Or could it have been constructed in stages, incorporating earlier structures that are now hidden beneath or within the terraces? This theory gains traction as we examine the contrasting wear and weathering across different sections of the site. The mysteries deepen when geological analysis enters the picture. Certain stone faces on the lower terraces show erosion patterns inconsistent with only 600 years of exposure. Instead, they bear the marks of thousands of years of water weathering, indicating an older origin for at least part of the site. This suggests that Machu Picchu's construction was either far more complex in time or involved repurposing much older structures. Such evidence forces us to confront uncomfortable possibilities. Did a lost civilization precede the Incas? Or did the Incas discover an ancient complex and adapt it for their own use? Either scenario expands the story far beyond conventional archaeological timelines. This debate strikes at the heart of Machu Picchu's true history and the knowledge hidden just beneath its surface. The surprising geological findings naturally lead to questions about the resistance to new ideas within the academic community. Why has evidence that challenges established chronology faced rejection or dismissal? This reluctance to accept alternative views is not only frustrating, but points to deeper forces at play in the story of Machu Picchu. The trail doesn't end here. The complex interplay of discovery and denial shapes our understanding far beyond stone blocks and ancient tools. Geological clues, challenging the timeline. In 2013, Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist known for controversial work on the Sphinx, conducted erosion analysis at Machu Picchu with a clear but unbiased goal: to understand the site's weathering patterns. What he found, however, contradicted the accepted historical timeline and shook the foundation of Inca chronology. The lower terraces displayed stone weathering consistent with thousands, not hundreds, of years of water erosion. Traditional Inca history places Machu Picchu's construction around 1450, roughly 600 years ago. Yet water erosion of this depth requires much longer exposure, thousands of years by geological standards. This kind of discrepancy suggests that parts of Machu Picchu predate the Inca civilization by centuries or even millennia. The implications are profound, because they challenge the origin story accepted by most historians and archaeologists. Schoch's analysis also showed differences between the lower terraces and the upper structures. The upper areas exhibited less erosion and featured a different style of stonework, indicating multiple phases of construction or significant restoration work at a later date. This layered complexity hints that the site may have evolved over a very long time, rather than emerging fully formed during the Inca period. When Schoch submitted his research to 3 academic journals, all rejected the papers. The stated reason wasn't methodological flaws, but that his conclusions challenge established chronology. In other words, his findings did not fit the accepted narrative, so they were ignored. This institutional reluctance to consider inconvenient evidence is a common barrier to rewriting historical timelines. Beyond erosion, the geological data supports the possibility that Machu Picchu was either built atop a much older foundation or developed in stages over millennia. If true, this shifts our understanding from a single cultural achievement to a far more complex, layered history. It suggests the Incas may have been custodians of an ancient site instead of its original creators. These geological clues link back to the mysterious artifacts and restricted findings in archives and sealed chambers. Together, they paint a picture of obscured history and hidden knowledge that mainstream scholarship is reluctant to face. Is the truth buried beneath layers of earth and bureaucracy? Evidence points that way. What emerges from this is a story where science confronts tradition and curiosity collides with authority. Machu Picchu's ancient stones may hold a secret timeline that few are allowed to explore, and the real history could rewrite everything we thought we knew about the ancient Americas. The mysteries run deeper still, as attempts to investigate the site further face obstacles that go beyond academic debate, hinting at forces determined to keep certain doors closed. Suppressed discoveries and restricted research. Despite the tantalizing clues pointing to a deeper history beneath Machu Picchu, efforts to investigate often meet with unexpected barriers. Decades of discovery have repeatedly ended in silence, lost records, or outright denial of access. The pattern is striking. Initial excitement at uncovering new findings, followed by a sudden halt imposed by authorities citing preservation or other concerns. This mix of discovery and obstruction paints a mysterious picture of what might truly lie beneath the surface. One key example occurred in 1968, when a construction crew near Cusco uncovered a sealed chamber beneath an ancient Inca road. Inside were metal tools that did not match any known examples of Inca metallurgy. Instead of further study, the chamber was sealed and never publicly mentioned again, as if someone had decided the investigation should end there. This abrupt closure raises questions about what knowledge was suppressed and why. The 21st century brought similar frustrations. In 2001, ground-penetrating radar revealed a void beneath the Temple of the Sun at Machu Picchu, an underground space that could potentially contain new discoveries. Peru's government denied excavation permits, citing preservation concerns, but many see this as another example of a reluctance to uncover inconvenient truths. That same caution shows up again with modern technology. In 2009, a documentary crew recorded magnetic anomalies near the Intihuatana Stone, a sacred and mysterious site in Machu Picchu. Their equipment malfunctioned, and compasses spun erratically, but the footage was never aired, leaving the public with unanswered questions. These moments hint at something unusual resisting investigation, whether it be natural phenomena or other forces at play. Attempts to unlock this history have often been blocked by institutional powers. In 2017, Dr. Julio Valdivia, a respected Peruvian archaeologist, applied for permits to use lithium atom resonance scanning, a non-invasive technique used worldwide to map subsurface structures at Machu Picchu. His request was denied repeatedly over several years, with no public explanation. This denial extended until his untimely death in 2023. The question that lingers is why modern scientific tools are so often rejected at a site begging for exploration. Is it purely about preservation, or is there a deeper motive? Lost archives, secret lab notes, and restricted access feed a growing suspicion that the full story of Machu Picchu is being deliberately concealed. Such persistent suppression makes the search for truth as much a battle against bureaucracy as it is against time and decay. It suggests Machu Picchu holds secrets that some would rather leave buried, not because they don't exist, but because they are too powerful or disruptive to reveal. This resistance to research and openness connects closely to the strange metal tools found near Cusco, shifting our focus to unexplained technology that challenges our understanding of ancient civilizations. The missing metallurgical evidence. Among the many mysteries surrounding Machu Picchu is the curious case of metal tools that do not fit the known Inca technology. The Incas worked primarily with copper and bronze, but in multiple instances, heavier or more advanced metal implements have surfaced, raising difficult questions about the origins and capabilities of those who truly built or influenced the site. These anomalies open a window into what we might be missing about ancient metallurgy in the Andes. Back in 1914, Bingham's discovery of unknown implements on the lowest terrace triggered initial metallurgical interest. However, the results never made it beyond a few private discussions and restricted Yale archives. Dr. Harold Wentworth, a metallurgist involved at the time, compiled lab notes that remain locked and inaccessible to researchers to this day. The reason given for denial of access, even decades later, was that proprietary methods from that era were still protected, an unusual claim for such historical material. This secrecy is made more puzzling by reports from 1968 near Cusco, where metal tools were uncovered in a sealed chamber beneath an Inca road. These tools did not match the known metalworking techniques attributed to the Inca culture and were never studied or displayed. Their existence hints at a different technological tradition, possibly much older or even external to the Inca themselves. The presence of these metal tools challenges the narrative that the Inca lacked iron tools and sophisticated metal equipment. If they or an earlier civilization possessed more advanced metallurgy, it would radically alter our understanding of the technological timeline in pre-Columbian South America. It also provides a possible key to how the massive stone works at Machu Picchu were created. Further complicating the picture is the fact that the scientific community has largely ignored or suppressed these findings. Little to no mainstream research follows up on these metallurgical puzzles, possibly because they disrupt the accepted archaeological framework that attributes Machu Picchu solely to the Inca period around 1450. The reluctance to reassess this timeline leaves many questions unanswered. Understanding the true nature of these metal tools could reveal lost technologies or forgotten cultural influences, shedding light on who really built Machu Picchu and how. They might explain the extraordinary stone-cutting precision and massive block transport that conventional Inca tools seem incapable of achieving. This missing metallurgical evidence is a critical piece of the puzzle, linking the hidden artifacts and geological clues with the technical realities of construction at Machu Picchu. To unravel one mystery, we must consider all of them together. As we contemplate what has yet to be revealed, we find hints beneath the surface, literal shadows and voids that could hide answers powerful enough to rewrite history itself. The unseen depths beneath Machu Picchu. Beneath the breathtaking terraces and monumental stone walls of Machu Picchu lies a hidden world that few have been allowed to explore. In 2001, ground-penetrating radar revealed a void beneath the Temple of the Sun, a mysterious underground space that could hold secrets beyond our imagination. Rather than permitting excavation, Peruvian authorities denied access, citing preservation concerns. This refusal adds to a growing pattern of restricted investigations at the site. Efforts to peer below the surface have been ongoing, yet fraught with obstacles. Non-invasive technologies like lithium atom resonance scanning, which could safely map subsurface structures without disturbing the site, were proposed but repeatedly denied permits. Most notably, Dr. Julio Valdivia submitted such proposals in 2017, 2019, and 2022, only to face rejection each time. His death in 2023 ended his quest to unlock what lies beneath, but left behind grave questions about why progress was so persistently blocked. Adding to the mystery, in 2009, a documentary crew filmed near the Intihuatana Stone, a sacred site within Machu Picchu, only to experience strange magnetic anomalies. Compasses spun wildly, electronic equipment malfunctioned, and nothing could explain the phenomenon. The footage was withheld and never broadcast, leaving public curiosity unsatisfied and suggesting a power within the stones that defies conventional explanation. The existence of such anomalies hints at more than just physical artifacts beneath Machu Picchu. It opens the possibility of hidden chambers, unknown chambers, or even an underground network that could reshape our understanding of the site's purpose and history. These magnetic irregularities and radar-detected voids suggest that much of Machu Picchu's story remains buried, locked away not only by Earth, but by human decision. For centuries, the general public and some experts have been shut out from these subterranean realms. The repeated denial of permits for excavation or advanced scanning fuels suspicion that the truth is deliberately concealed. Whether this is to protect cultural heritage or to shield explosive historical revelations, the blockage is undeniable. Beyond just blocking access, the pattern of secrecy surrounding Machu Picchu evokes a sense that the site holds knowledge that could disrupt established historical narratives. Could the layers beneath hide civilizations lost to time? Technologies beyond our current understanding? Or evidence that forces us to reconsider who truly built Machu Picchu and when? The questions are as deep as the hidden voids themselves. Despite the barriers, some inside sources claim to have seen data from forbidden scans and research. They suggest these reveal complex tunnel systems and chambers filled with unknown artifacts. While these claims remain unofficial, they add weight to the idea that Machu Picchu guards secrets that many are not ready to expose. In the end, the unseen depths of Machu Picchu stand as one of the greatest archaeological enigmas on Earth. They challenge us to rethink history, question accepted timelines, and consider what remains hidden beneath the stones. The journey to uncover the truth continues, constrained but never extinguished. Machu Picchu is more than an ancient city. It's a mystery layered in stone, secrets, and silence. From hidden artifacts and impossible engineering to forbidden explorations beneath its surface, what we know is just the beginning. If you're curious about these untold stories and want to keep uncovering history's secrets, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives. The truth is waiting beneath the surface.